Welcome, bloodsuckers, to Be Kind to Your Neighbors, a narrative horror podcast set in the world of Vampire the Requiem. Due to adult language and violent nature of the stories told, this podcast is rated M for mature, and we strongly encourage listener discretion.
Episode 3, Blood Hunt.
I'm always gonna come out on top, baby. Any other night I'd believe what I just told you. Right now, coin toss. In the massive rocky cavern where the lights are bursting one by one, the echoes of the panicked damned are thunderous. Behind us, they're pulling out weapons, firing off shots, vanishing, transforming, summoning. In front of me, a writhing mass of shadow sparkles like onyx and seems to pull back just slightly enough to dare me to enter it. I've got my ghoul, Stephanie, slung over my shoulder like goddamn Tarzan and Jane of the Jungle, and all I can think is getting her out of there. Murray tried to drag me into this fight, and he can drag himself out now. I pump the blood into my legs and bolt for the moving wall of shadows. I hear gunshots and barking behind me, and even feel a bullet hit me square in the back. I plunge into that inky blackness like a senior on prom night and... darkness. I expected to see that. Silence. Wasn't expecting that. But I feel a hand take me by the wrist and squeeze twice. I hear my teammate, Sidra, in my ear. She says, "Walk. Don't run. That'll only excite it. Go forward. We are pursued." Not really sure how she's doing it. Not gonna ask questions. Just keep running. Next time I see light, we're facing the platform of the 7 train. I feel the tremble of an approaching train before I even see the lights. I launch Steph. People step back in amazement. I make it over the platform and scramble up, missing the 3rd rail. She hugs me hard, crying in terror. As the 7 rushes past us, I look back to the entrance. Eyes are looking back at us, eyes that are reflecting the light wrong, not Sidra's, which means I don't trust them. Steph and I are charging up the stairs, getting to the next level, shoving people aside. She tries asking me about Murray and Sidra. I tell her to worry about herself first. I haven't survived hunters and werewolves just to be gunned down during a rigged election/blood coup. She's already winded when we fly up the escalator to the 40th Street 7th Avenue exit. And truth be told, I'm starting to feel it too. I see a gang of pale bastards making their way up the staircase behind us. But I'm a Deva. I'm a serpent. I might be able to lob an Uber car at a bitch when I'm feeling lucky, but the hoi polloi are my greatest weapon. I do the 1, 2, 3 eyes on me trick to a bunch of stumbling Mets fans and ask them to charge down the stairs, intercepting whoever our pursuers are. It's gonna be beer guts and defense chants until the 2 teams meet, but still, a drunk, flabby meat shield, that's better than no shield at all. That's when I notice how hot my chest feels, and the acidic sting of effort is pumping through my legs. Steph catches me before I fall to my knees in near exhaustion. "What the fuck?" I hiss out. I haven't been able to be tired since the heyday of the Smashing Pumpkins. I can't be tired from jack shit like running. I don't get tired. I'm dead. But Stephanie shows me my wrist. I've got some brand, like a sloppy pentagram that's burning and flaking out my skin. This is serious bad black magic. Usually, this is the point where I'd point to Murray and Sidra and ask if their voodoo Obamacare can cover it. We don't have time to catch our breath. We can hear our Mets fans going the way of their team. We throw our arms around each other and help ourselves up to the street. Considering the chaos we left behind, Times Square on a Friday night looks tame. I majesty my way into a cab and we make a break for it. We floor it across the bridge back east, my wrist flaking into black ash while the red brand itches, bright red and unaffected. Eventually, I smell blood in the car, and I see Stephanie holding her leg and crying softly. Blood is coating the entire front seat, and she's pleading for me to do something. Can't give her any more of my blood. I'm almost tapped out and I'm already peckish. Hospital? No. Fuck no. Dr. Nick can't be trusted anymore. My place? No. If they took Murray, they'll know my haven soon enough. Murray's place? He's not gonna use it. 2 more exits. Yeah, that might work. Murray's always got extra first aid and blood donor equipment at his pad. I thought he was crazy for hijacking that Red Cross van, and I know for a fact Thomas Edison didn't tell him to do it. Ah, damn it. I'm gonna be pissed if I have to start referring to him in the past tense. Loony as fuck, yes, but he's my loony fuck. Leave the taxi in front of a fire hydrant. Let the neighbors call and tow it. Kick down the door and go into the ground level apartment. Steph's not gonna be conscious for much longer. Gotta go fast. I sweep Murray's books and shell casings off the table and lay her down. I don't even realize my fingers are in my mouth, savoring the coppery slickness. Keep it together! Keep it together! Cooler in the corner, under the dust-covered pinball machine he once threw me into. Coolers filled with bandages and... Shit, what is Stephanie's blood type? I rush to ask her, slapping at her paling face. She squeezes my black, bloodless hand weakly. She's mouthing something. Baby, I'm right here, I tell her. She whispers, Tracer, in my ear and relaxes her shoulders. She calls me nerd one more time. I love you too, idiot. Tracer. Our phones? My phone? No. Something more recent. They got a beat on us. The taxi. No, something else. I bandaged Steph's leg in a hurry, and using the first aid that she taught me over the winter, I try to get an O-negative drip going into her wrist. My one hand is completely gimp, spongy, and numb. I can't even work the fingers anymore. Can't close them, can't make them grip. All the while, my throat is tightening at the sight of the blood bags, at Steph's leg, Steph's neck, Steph's cleavage. Just put your mouth there. Give us a kiss, love. No, shit, no! I don't have enough blood to think straight. Yeah, I'm not thinking straight. That's why I'm about halfway through my wrist with a hacksaw. I bite down on the chamber of Murray's 9mm as my atrophied hand and the pentagram mark hit the dusty floor. Gotta get rid of it. Someone must be using it to trail us. Gotta throw out my own hand. Okay, losing blood. Keep it together. Murray's gun is in my back pocket as I make my way down the avenue toward the underpass. I feel like fucking David Boreanaz with the overlong trench coat covering the paper bag I'm holding in my good hand. A car stops at a corner stop sign. Awkwardly time crossing the street. Tires screech. Guy stops his car. Guy yells out at window. Guy questions his sexuality once I make eye contact. Guy drives away, holding what he thinks is a free sandwich in the paper bag to make up for the sudden drop of blood pressure my mouth gave him. Hopefully this is gonna buy me some time. Have to get back to Steph. She may be the only member of my coterie still active, and I'm not gonna lose her now. When I first brought her home, I hadn't even hit her with the majesty. She just came up to me because of me, baby. I was such a noob with technology, I was still arranging hookups using Craigslist. As you can probably tell by my just using the word noob. She was fast, direct, and soon to have her credit cards cut off. In about a week, she had me hooked up with Uber and every kind of Dur app. Tinder, Grindr, Thrender, everything save for that weird furry version. She's pretty much made herself the tech head of the team. Collects our bribes on time, keeps an eye out during the day. First time I bit her, she let out this deep, throaty moan. The kind of moan you wish every lover could make. And then she bit me back. Puppy scratches. Always had to steal my kisses from her after that. She told me she belonged in the city, that the suburbs were stifling, that she had once seen fairies, but that what we had going was real magic. I told her I'd introduce her to a mage friend of mine, so we could eat 'em together. Steph really became my gateway into the techno era. I missed a big part of the early 2000s when I frenzied out and Murray had to stake me. kept me under Pier 1 in a light-proof photo development bag until I learned my lesson. When I got out of torpor, I was done being Murray's number 2. I shaved off the Jufro, switched from t-shirts and corduroys to linens and skinny jeans, and stopped being afraid of eyeliner. Bulked up on the Majesty. Made every night my party. But still, years had passed, and I was getting laughed at for referencing AOL unironically. Steph and I are a constant reminder of where we come from, who we don't want to be, the part of each other that will never take shit from someone else, the part we can bury, the part no one else needs to see. For a lot of Deva, it is about the pulse of life, riding high with hormones and bodily fluids beyond blood. Being so close to humans keeps us human, keeps us primed as hunters. But there is love. We don't lose that ability. I don't have to tell you I'm a shameless, selfish bastard the Dropkick Murphys would consider muse material. But you can't tell me I don't love Stephanie. I bought her those purple and pink weaves, the white contact with the crosshair decal, the embroidered corset, whatever she wanted. She wanted to play with cars, learn how to search them, how to take them apart, how to hotwire them. Easy. I'll hook her up with whatever she wants. I can't be the father neither of us had, but I can be an artery, pumping her with affection and attention until she sees how beautiful she is. We can be each other's altar, head priest, and collection plate all together. I can't lose her, baby. I won't lose her. There's a hollow thud at the back of my head that tells me someone just chucked an empty bottle at me. 2 large men with thin beards and more leather than Stephanie are making their way toward me. Oh good, our friends from the subway. So glad they caught up. Another guy, this one wearing sunglasses, at night like a douchebag, is leaning against the stop sign. Our beasts exchange the "don't fuck with me" psychic dick pic. He calls me Chico, tells me that the prince has put out a blood hunt on my coterie, asks if I'll come with them. Talk about an ambitious first night on the job. The hell does some ancient shadow from Egypt even want with me? Why the hell haven't I caught my breath yet? Why the hell do I need breath? Gentlemen, I say, lapsing into the dork that I used to be. You've not left me with many options. Either I show you how terribly like Ivan I can be, or turn one of you into a Jackson Pollock against the wall as a warning. I make my voice crack and waver like a teenager, like a 99-pound weakling trying to sound badass. Had a near lifetime of practice on that before taking up the permanent night shift. The hounds in leather laugh to themselves and walk toward me. Good. They think I'm greener behind the ears than Uma Thurman in a Batman movie. I need them to underestimate me now. I jump straight up, catching a rusted fire escape with my good hand, and muscle my way up with the stump. Leather fetish beardo number 1 is right behind me, grabbing at my leg, trying to pull me down. Point blank with Murray's 9mm through the trench coat. Even I don't miss. He falls hard. There's a reason no one fights in this part of Astoria. Long, narrow avenues with no breaks in the railway-style apartments. No coverage save for the distance, nowhere to duck under, nowhere to weave between. Rooftops, however, they're a straight shoot of open track if you can get the momentum going. I just need leather jockeys 2 and 3 to follow, because every monster loves a good chase. They need to chase me. The climb is hard, but I just burned the blood I borrowed to seal my wrist, so I don't even have that for extra stamina. Number 2, I think he's right behind me, but no sign of number 3 yet. I'm pounding my feet when I get to the roof, my chest feeling dry and tighter than a mummy's asshole just to stay ahead of the jerk in leather. I'm panting, I'm even sweating, but this is why the Carthian movement inducted me, why Murray trusts me, why my sire embraced me, why I have to be the one to embrace Stephanie. Because I'm fucking adaptable. My tail seems to think that I'm out of shots and charges straight ahead. It's good. I let him tackle me, roll with me, tie him up in the trench coat, and use his own momentum to launch him over the roof with my legs. He cracks his back on the crusted fire escape before crushing a weed garden and scattering an orgy of stray cats. Ah, gotta love the locals. Wish I'd kept him. I really could have used the blood. Which leaves me number 3, the other kindred. Fuck if I stand a chance if he's older than me. I take a deep breath, try to smell him out. No sense trying to be quiet. He must have heard his friend fall off. I take out the pistol and turn, staying in the middle of the rectangle of spray-painted graffiti. Full-on panting now. I can't even catch my breath. But I'm dead, so I can't even breathe. Can't make a movement of inflating my lungs. Where would it even go? Come on. Come out. Let's finish this. Gotta get to Steph. Running out of time. Can't tell if those are highway lights or if we're actually that fucking close to dawn. I'm running out of moonlight. Oh shit, that's probably part of his plan. Fucker's gonna force me to improvise a sleeping arrangement, call in some mortal to scout the area during the day and wait for me to slip up when I wake out tomorrow night. I know that's a good strategy because I've used it before. God bless Stephanie and her gift cards to Starbucks. 1 more block straight ahead to Murray's place. I gotta risk it. I'm careful when I reach the door. Careful hiding the pistol against my thigh so none of the neighbors see the silhouette. Soon as I enter the place, I get shoved face first into the wall by the neck. I turn the pistol back and pull the trigger. Empty fucking clicks. Nothing in the clip. Fucking cheap ass Murray! Leather junkie leader turns me around and tosses me like a bag of oranges. Whole lot of sound, whole lot of pain, not a lot of motivation to get back up. When I get up to face him, his arm is shaking. He's summoning something with the blood. Gangrel. Of course. Couldn't be something easy. What's gonna be his trump card? Scales? Scorpion tail? Hork-Bajir arm claws from fucking Animorphs? His forearm beefs up like an airbag, and his heavy fist hits the ground. What is it, gorilla? That's a new one. Suddenly there's a wet, grinding sound as his bottom jaw pops off and his vocal cords leap out of his throat. His eyes bulge and he slumps over, a stake halfway into his chest. Another form appears beside me in a flash. Long, dirty hair, longer, dirtier teeth, and clear white eyes right in front of me. Holy fuck, Sidra! Out of character. I fucking hug her. Even more out of character, she hugs me back. I ask how she found me. She mumbles something about taking the subway. I stumble over to Stephanie on the table. Sidra hugs me tighter, almost tripping me. I get to Steph and I can see across the street. Clearly across the street. No lights. No time to reattach the door. No time to drag asshole away from the doorframe. Getting tired. Eyes drooping. Fuck. Son. Steph. Can't go to sleep. Sidra drags me into the corner, in front of the broom closet, and body checks us both inside. Thin beams of light are made visible by the clouds of dust in the room, each threatening to slice us open like barbed wire. Steph's body lies in the direct path of the sun. My eyes, they close, heavy and...
Be Kind to Your Neighbors is part of the Chroniclers of Darkness. It is written by Uncle Yo and produced by Jimmy Lin. Original music produced by Jimmy Lin. Excerpts from the album Hexed used with permission from Anders Manga. Special thanks, as always, to White Wolf Publishing and Onyx Path Publishing for giving us a whole new world of darkness in which to manifest. Comments, questions, blood dolls for rent? Leave a like, repost, or bloody handprint from the last intern we sent to the Lancea Sanctum on our Facebook page at facebook.com/UncleYo. This podcast is supported by patrons like you at patreon.com/UncleYo. Game on, include everyone, and remember that death is damned near optional. Catch you next week.